Okay, so we were done till section 197 in the previous video. Now we are talking about 198 up till the end of this particular chapter, okay, which is 205. Okay, now schedule 5 वगैरह सब उस video में covered है. So now what we are going to talk about is 198 onwards. 198 is calculation of profits. As I told you, that's a part of FR as to how do you calculate these net profits जिसके base पे आप remuneration निकालते हो. Okay, now talking about 199. This is something important, so just understand this. 199 is recovery of remuneration in certain cases. Okay, now what happens is I decide, like, you give remuneration on the percentage of profit. Okay, this year you give, let's say your profit came up to 5 crores. Okay, and remuneration allowed is obviously 10% of more than one MDWTD, overall 11. Let's say you gave 10, so 10 comes to 50 lakh. You gave that remuneration. 3 years later, under Companies Act, your books were restated. And when they were restated, you got to know that that particular year, remuneration was not 5 crores. The profit was not 5 crores, it was actually 50 lakh. It had been inflated. Now, if I calculate 10% on 50 lakh, it comes to 5 lakh. So do you understand that directors have taken excess remuneration? Now the question is, can we ask for refund of this remuneration? Because the time is gone. So they say whether that director is a part of the company anymore or no, you have to take the refund. But not from all the directors. Okay, only those who could be involved in calculation of profits, who could have inflated this. So if you see this, where a company is required to restate, the company shall recover from any past or present MD, WTD or manager or CEO that extra remuneration that has been paid to him, that wouldn't have been paid had the profits been properly calculated. Okay, so 199 gives you that power कि पुराने MD, WTD से भी you can recover the remuneration. Make sense? छोटे छोटे section है सारे. Okay, then there was 200 and 201. Okay, I'll just tell you these in short what they are. Now, what is 200 is power of company to fix the remuneration. Now, if you understand, under 197, you already put a maximum limit which has been prescribed under law by central government. Okay, now that is maximum. You are allowed to give 3% maximum to your director, you are allowed to give 2% maximum to your director, whatever is the case. Okay, but maximum is 1, 3, 5, 10, 11. Now, you cannot give beyond that, I know. But can a company fix कि okay, इसको 3 maximum allowed है, we'll give him 2? They can, right? But the question is, वो power का है? वो power ये है. See, company has the power to fix that particular remuneration और फिर उतना ही दोगे. Okay? Whereas 201 is, you remember you can apply to CG for approval. So now the question is, if for anything you're applying to CG for approval, there's a proper procedure. Okay, how to apply for it. And that procedure states that you have to give notice in 2 newspapers. You have to give a publication in 2 newspapers that we are applying this to CG. And only after you've attached a copy of that publication to the application, only then the application will be accepted. Otherwise, it will not be accepted. Make sense? ये 2 rules हैं 200, 201 के. They're not that important. So, it's okay. Now coming to something important, which is section 202. 202, if you understand, is compensation for loss of office. We discussed this when we were doing 191 also. Okay, ये बड़ा important section है. Please ध्यान से सुनना. Compensation for loss of office सबसे पहले is given only to MD and WTD. Okay, because they are the employees जिनका office था and they've lost it. Okay, so MD, WTD are the only 2 people, and of course manager goes along with them everywhere. So MD, WTD, manager are the only 3 who get compensation for loss of office. Okay, now there are certain cases wherein no CFLO is paid. There are certain cases wherein CFLO नहीं मिलेगा. Okay, now ऐसे कौन से cases हैं? No payment shall be made in the following cases. If you see, there are many cases and you have to remember them. Mainly ये ना आपको confuse होएगा 167 के साथ, क्योंकि 167 में भी 8 grounds थे. Okay, यहाँ भी काफ़ी सारे grounds है. इसका एक ground already 167 है. So if you understand, all these grounds plus 8 grounds of 167 total is the cases wherein you will not get compensation for loss of office. Okay, so listen carefully and understand. सबसे पहला वाला case where the director resigns. Please understand, if a director is resigning, so then it is not that we removed you. निकाला नहीं है, आपने छोड़ा है. ठीक है? So when you have left the office, why do you need compensation? Okay. Second thing, I'm saying the company went into amalgamation. Okay, and once the company goes into amalgamation, he was offered a new office in the new company, amalgamated company, and let's say he accepted that offer. Will he get compensation? ऑब्वियसली नॉट ना, ऑफिस के बदले ऑफिस मिल गया, CFLO क्यों मिलेगा? बट इफ ही रिजेक्ट्स इट, विल ही गेट कंपनसेशन नाउ? इट लुक्स लाइक मिलना चाहिए, ठीक है, बट ऑनेस्टली even now he will not get compensation. Now the question is why? Because if you understand, you rejected it. It was not that we said कि नहीं मिलेगा. You have rejected it and it is as good as resignation. Is this okay? So if you reject also, there is no CFLO. Now my question to you is, अगर accept करूँ या reject करूँ, both the cases I'm not going to get CFLO, तो मैंने 191 क्यों पढ़ रखा है? 191 ने बोला था ना, in case of amalgamation you will get CFLO. And here you've come up saying नहीं मिलेगा. So if you're thinking नहीं मैम वहाँ मिलेगा, यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा. If 202 is the ruling section for compensation for loss of office. So if this section says नहीं मिलेगा तो कोई नहीं दे सकता. So then what is 191 for? 191 is for the cases when ये offer मिला ही नहीं है. So if there is no offer received, then you will get CFLO under 191. Makes sense? Okay. So this was just for again relating those two sections, but come back for now. This was the second case wherein you will not get compensation for loss of office. Okay, now talking about the third case where section 167 is attracted and you vacated the office. If you remember 167 में वो सारे rules थे. 12 months you do not attend any board meeting. Okay, कोई board meeting attend नहीं की for 12 consecutive months, या फिर if you remember 164 attract हुआ तो भी you get disqualified and you vacate your office. 184 contravene किया, you vacate your office, if you can recollect all of those grounds. So in all these cases you will be vacating your office and वो vacation automatic है, वो हमने निकाला नहीं, law ने निकाला, तो compensation हम क्यों दें? Okay, makes sense. Next, where the company is being wound up. Now please remember, winding up में compensation मिलता है, but the director because of whom it is winding up उसको नहीं मिलता है, because तुम्हारी वजह से तो पूरी कंपनी बंद हुई है. So if you understand, company is being wound up because of the default of director. Make sense? Okay, next, whether director has been guilty of fraud, breach of trust, negligence. Again, is grounds पे if you have been removed? No. And lastly, there is one such ground which covers up everything remaining. We could have written others, तो हमने बोल दिया he has instigated his own removal. Okay, in that case also you will not get CFLO. So these are the cases जिसमें compensation for loss of office नहीं मिलेगा. Okay, now third question is, चलो ठीक है, इन cases में नहीं मिलेगा, जिसमें मिलेगा, there are other cases जिसमें मिलेगा. So now the question is, जिनमें मिलेगा उनमें कितना मिलेगा CFLO? मिल के भी कितना CFLO मिलेगा? So CFLO has a limit. Okay, the limit for CFLO has been decided under 202 that we discussed in 191 also. Okay, CFLO has been decided, like the limit has been decided under 202 and the limit is average remuneration of preceding 3 years. But if the directors worked for 2 years only, so 2 years. Okay, or your remuneration, average remuneration of preceding 3 years, ठीक है, इसको हम multiply करेंगे with a particular term and that term is balance term or 3 years. Just tell me whichever is. Has to be lower, whichever is lower. Itna is the remuneration, that maximum CFLO that you can get. This is maximum you can get. Okay, इससे ज़्यादा CFLO का कोई system नहीं है. Okay, now so this is quantum of compensation, average salary into unexpired term or 3 years. Is this okay? Now moving ahead, but the day when you cease to hold office, okay, you cease to hold office on a particular day, उससे within 12 months, if winding up commences, winding up commence हो गया, तो your CFLO will not be paid like preferential creditor, because when a company goes into winding up, employees are paid as preferential creditor. But in this particular case, your CFLO will be paid at the end. And end भी कितना end? That when the company goes into liquidation, after paying everybody, including the equity shareholders, with securities premium if any, उसके बाद अगर कुछ बचा, you will get your CFLO. Otherwise you will not. Is this okay? But that is subject to a condition when you cease to hold office, उससे 12 months में अगर winding up commence हुआ तो. Is this okay? Which is this point. Okay, and those people who are disqualified to receive CFLO, like if you see these people are disqualified to receive CFLO, okay, will they get their salary? Of course they will. It's like बोलने की भी क्या बात है. यार ये बोलने की बात है, दैट इज द रीजन आई से मतलब MCA ने एक अलग सबसेक्शन बनाया इसके लिए. अदरवाइज देयर आर पीपल हु आर लाइक दोज हु कैन नॉट गेट CFLO विल नॉट इवन गेट सैलरी. Employers will always do that. So they clearly wrote nothing over here will disqualify him from receiving his salary. His remuneration will be given. Is this okay? ठीक है. Now next, coming to 203, the last important section of this chapter, okay, which is appointment of KMP. KMP is key managerial personnel, which is MD, WTD, manager, CEO, CFO, CS. सेक्शन 2 के डेफिनेशन में इन 6 के नाम है. ओके, सो दीज आर द पीपल हु आर KMPs एंड दीज KMPs के अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए पूरा सेक्शन है. ओके, सो जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग. एप्लीकेबिलिटी एंड रिक्वायरमेंट डिपेंडिंग ऑन द टाइप ऑफ कंपनी. लिस्टेड रिक्वायर्स एवरीथिंग ऑलवेज. सो लिस्टेड कंपनी इज रिक्वायर्ड टू फिल 3 पोस्ट ऑलवेज. हाँ, नाउ व्हाट आर दीज 3 पोस्ट? सबसे पहले फर्स्ट पोस्ट पे आई वॉन्ट MD. नहीं मिला CEO, नहीं मिला मैनेजर, एंड पर्पसली देव रिटन एल्स WTD. So WTD cannot be your first preference. Agar you find nobody, then you will appoint WTD and you will have to give a justification to ROC why you could not appoint this person, because the one whom you can appoint as WTD, उसको MD भी तो बना सकते थे, qualification same था. So if there is a reason to not appoint him as MD, then you have to justify why did you appoint him as WTD. Otherwise the first preference is on that one post, I want either MD or CEO or manager else WTD. Okay. Then second post, they have to fill 3 posts. Second post is whole time CS. Listed companies are always required to have this whole time CS. And lastly, they must have a CFO. Is this okay? So ये 3 post listed company को हमेशा भरनी है. In case of unlisted public company, if your paid up share capital exceeds 10 crores, which is normally 10, 50, 100 पढ़ते आए हैं हम हमेशा, तो paid up share capital 10 crores का ही लिमिट पड़ा है. तो if the paid up share capital goes beyond 10 crore, तो उनको भी ये 3 पोस्ट चाहिए. बट इफ इट इज बिलो 10 crores तो 3 पोस्ट नहीं चाहिए. बट CS का रूल है दैट इफ योर पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल इज 5 crores और मोर, यू रिक्वायर्ड टू हैव अ होल टाइम CS. So if you understand, merging it into one chart, unlisted public company, it all depends on paid up share capital. If the paid up share capital is less than 5 crores, nothing required. 5 to less than 10, you required whole time CS. But if it is 10 and above, you are required to fill 3 posts, जिसमें whole time CS अपने आप आ गया. Okay? नेक्स्ट, प्राइवेट के लिए 5 crores वाला रूल एप्लीकेबल है, 10 वाला नहीं. सो इफ पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल इज लेस देन 5 crores, नथिंग एप्लीकेबल. 5 crores एंड अबव, यू रिक्वायर होल टाइम CS. 10 crores गया तो होल टाइम CS. इज दिस ओके? मेक सेंस? दिस इज एप्लीकेबिलिटी. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट वन मोर रूल इन द कंपनी, दैट द कंपनी का चेयरपर्सन एंड CEO और द चेयरपर्सन एंड MD आर नॉट अलाउड टू बी वन पर्सन. Normally, chairperson CEO and chairperson MD cannot be same. CEO has to be a separate person, chairperson has to be a separate person, MD has to be a separate person, chairperson has to be a separate person. But if you know there are companies जिसमें CMD होता है, chairperson managing director, so now वो कैसे allowed है? Because there are exceptions to this rule. The first exception is if AOA allows. If AOA specifically allows that हमारे यहाँ पे चलेगा तो फिर चलेगा. So first is articles of such company provide for this. Or the company does not carry multiple business, so they are carrying on single business, then they are allowed. But at times a company carrying multiple business will also be allowed if they have separate CEOs for each business, and then one of those CEO is made as chairperson. So if you understand, at once he is handling single business only, na? So that is the reason they have allowed this. But every small company cannot do this. For this, your paid up share capital should be 100 crores or more, and your turnover should be 1000 crores or more. अब तक की सबसे बड़ी लिमिट है ये 1000 crores. 100 crores फिर भी वुमेन डायरेक्टर में पड़ा था, बट 1000 crores कहीं नहीं पड़ा. ओके, सो 4 conditions: paid up share capital 100 crores or more, turnover 1000 crore or more, engaged in multiple business, and you have separate CEO for each business. अब जाके मल्टीपल बिजनेस वाले कर सकते हो ना, सिंगल बिजनेस वालों को तो हमेशा अलाउड है. ओके, सो 2 exceptions. First is AOA specifically provides, second is single business. But multiple business walas want to do it, then there are 4 conditions. Is this okay? Next, appointment of KMP. You already know who appoints KMP क्योंकि ABC दिलफ्रॉग थोड़ी देर पहले हमने डिस्कस किया था. उसका others, O was others, उसमें पा first A. Appointment of KMP is done by board only at a board meeting. We know that. So if I asked who appoints them, obviously board appoints them. Every whole time KMP shall be appointed by means of a resolution of the board And if you understand, for your reference, you can always write here only at a board meeting under section 179. So you can merge both the sections. Is this okay? Next, maximum KMP shift. That is what I discussed while doing schedule 5. एक इंसान एक टाइम पे कितनों का होल्ड टाइम हो सकता है? एक का. बट इफ दे आर लाइक कि नहीं हमको एक से ज़्यादा बना, वी से दैट्स नॉट अलाउड. अ पर्सन कैन बी होल्ड टाइम ओनली इन वन कंपनी एट अ टाइम. So they say no, please allow us. So we gave 2 exceptions. First, the other company is a subsidiary. So holding में तुम whole time KMP हो and then subsidiary में भी हो एक subsidiary, then it is allowed. या फिर the other company is like नहीं हमको तो तुम ही चाहिए हो. So you said I'm already somewhere else. नहीं हमको तो तुम ही चाहिए हो. We said I don't have time for you. They said बच्चा कुछ टाइम भी चलेगा. So then that second company has to appoint you by passing unanimous resolution. Normally OR से appoint होते हो ना, and age के हिसाब से SR. But in this case, तुम already कहीं और हो and you want to get appointed here, the second company will have to pass unanimous resolution to appoint. Make sense? Now, transition provision, because the old act did not have all these 3 posts and all, तो 6 months. यहाँ सब कुछ 6 months है. Casual vacancy भी यहाँ 6 months में भरी जाती है. Casual vacancy will be filled within 6 months. Make sense? And all these sections, subsections 1, 2, 3 and 4 is not applicable to a government company. Okay. Next, punishment for contravention. If a company contravenes, company will be punishable with 1 lakh to 5 lakh and OID will be punishable with fine up to 50,000 and continuing default 1,000 rupees every day till the contravention continues. Make sense? Okay. Now coming to 204, 205, ये दोनों secretary के rules हैं. After which we'll finish off this chapter only. Okay. Secretarial audit for bigger companies. सबसे पहली चीज applicability. Every company is not required to have secretarial auditor. Okay. Which companies are required? Listed को तो सब कुछ चाहिए. So always required. Unlisted public की ना 2 conditions है. Paid up share capital 50 crores or more. Turnover 250 crores or more. If you like मैम उन्होंने तो whole time CS रखा ना. Whole time CS उनका employee है. Practicing CS करता है secretarial audit. ओके हम सेक्रेटेरियल ऑडिट की बात कर रहे हैं अभी. ठीक है. सो पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल 50 crores or more, टर्नओवर 250 crore or more, they'll have to get a secretarial audit done. Private को it is not applicable. Secretarial audit obviously can be done only by practicing CS. Okay, it is done as per secretarial standards. So just understand. कंपनी की ड्यूटी होगी टू गिव ऑल द असिस्टेंस एंड फैसिलिटी. जैसे स्टैट ऑडिटर अपनी इफ दे क्वालिफाई द रिपोर्ट they'll have to give reasons and explanation. Secretarial auditor also has to give. So he has to give explanation on qualifications in the report. And if you do any contravention, again, company or OID will be punishable with fine, which is 1 lakh to 5 lakh. Make sense? Functions of CS. This is 205, the last section of directors. If you understand, ये तुमने LODR में भी पढ़ा है. Okay? So LODR and इसके function same है. Main function होता है compliance. Okay, so if you read all of these also, you'll understand घूम फिर के हम compliance की बात कर रहे हैं. Read it. पढ़ा क्या? It is all about compliances. ठीक है. And obviously 204 and 205 will not affect the duties of board of directors, chairperson or any other director. Obviously they are also liable for compliances. Mana secretary ki duty hai, that does not mean you're supposed to be relaxed. Okay, so this completes your 204, 205 also. Now with this you complete your 3 chapters of directors. Okay.